Let's begin in a seated or reclined position, choosing whichever option feels more comfortable for you. Taking some time to allow yourself to settle into whatever shape you've chosen. Maybe closing your eyes and allowing yourself to get a bit heavier, sinking down through each point of contact. And once you feel settled, we'll turn our attention to our breathing. Not necessarily trying to change anything. First, just noticing the quality, the depth, the speed of the breath. Maybe noticing what parts of the body move as you breathe. And then if you do notice that your breathing is a bit shallow or a bit fast, try drawing the next inhale a little deeper. Imagine the air traveling all the way down the length of the spine, filling up first the lungs and then allowing the belly to rise. And then on the exhale, releasing all of that air back up and out. Starting at the bottom, allowing the belly to soften and then allowing the air to travel up and out of the lungs, ribcage soften. Allowing each breath to be full and intentional. Each time, find a little bit more space in the body, even if it's just that expanding ribcage, the rising belly. Maybe let your shoulders drop back, broaden the collarbone, open the chest. If you're sitting up, maybe sitting a little taller. If you're laying down, allowing yourself to take up as much space as you need. And then as you exhale, let yourself soften and settle into the support beneath your body. Once again, getting a bit heavier with each breath out. And once you've started to take those slower, deeper breaths, take a moment to check in and notice if it feels forceful. You want something that feels comfortable, something sustainable. If your breathing feels too deep, allow yourself to breathe a little bit less deeply on the next breath. Finding a slow, steady rhythm. A full, complete inhale and exhale without over-breathing. Allowing yourself to be comfortable here. Once you found that rhythm that works for you, we'll start to invite some small movement back into the body, maybe gently wiggling fingers, wiggling toes. If it's available, circling wrists and ankles, maybe turning the head from side to side. And coming all the way back to stillness. We'll begin our movement portion of the class this morning laying down. So if you're not already there, coming all the way down onto your back. And then drawing both knees in towards the chest. We'll wrap the arms around the shins or around the hamstrings, and then rock gently from side to side, massaging the low back. Taking your time and feeling the connection between the back body and the mat. Noticing the transfer of your weight as your knees move from one side to the other. And then we'll come all the way back to stillness at center. We'll keep the right knee tucked in and we'll extend the left leg out onto the ground. So if it's uncomfortable to have the leg all the way extended, you can have a bend in your left knee with the foot planted on the floor. If it is comfortable, extend that left heel all the way out, flex at the ankles so the toes point up towards the ceiling. Maybe notice a tendency for the right leg to lift away from the body. When you do that, that's okay. We're going to focus here on settling down through all four corners of the upper body, so through each shoulder and each hip. Keep that active flex in the left ankle, and then gradually draw the right knee in once again. So as you inhale, focusing on the left leg, pressing down through the back of the left knee, extending that leg out. As you exhale, focusing on drawing the right knee in, letting the shoulders and head stay heavy on the ground. And then let's release and we'll switch, extending the right leg out, drawing the left leg in. You have the option again on this side to have that right leg fully extended or bend the knee and place the foot on the floor. As we inhale, we'll focus on the right leg, pressing down or out through the right heel. And as we exhale, we'll draw the left knee in, taking your time. Again, letting yourself be equally heavy through both hips. Sometimes there's a tendency to put more weight into the left hip on this one. Keep pressing down through the right hip. Keep that right hip heavy on the ground. And let's release. We'll place the left foot down onto the ground, right foot down beside it. We'll have the feet about hip distance apart, so the thighs are parallel with one another. Knees stack over the ankles. Let's extend the arms down alongside the body so the fingertips reach towards the heels. Shoulders draw together and down. We'll press down through the length of the arms, the palms of the hands, and through the feet. And on an inhale, we'll lift the hips up towards the ceiling, coming into a low bridge. We'll pause here for a couple of breaths, keeping the thighs parallel to one another. And keeping equal weight between both feet, both arms. Maybe watching the belly rise and fall as you breathe. And start to feel the muscles of the legs becoming a little bit more active. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, release all the way down onto the ground. Pause for a moment. We can shift the knees from side to side gently. And then we'll come back to center. Let's cross the right ankle over the left thigh. We'll flex at the right ankle and press the right knee away from the body. If you already feel a sensation of stretch in the outer right hip, you can stay just as you are. If you're not feeling it yet, maybe lift that left foot off the ground, thread the right hand in between the legs, and wrap both hands around the back of the left hamstrings. Whichever option you choose, keep flexing through the right foot and pressing the right knee away from the body. Take a couple of slow, steady breaths here. Inhaling, allowing yourself to expand, and exhaling, softening, maybe drawing that left knee in a little closer or pressing that right knee a little further away. And let's release that side. We'll place the left foot back down, right foot down beside it. And we'll switch sides. Left foot crosses over right thigh, flexing at the left ankle, pressing the left knee away. Checking in and noticing how you feel. Maybe choosing to stay here if you're already feeling that stretch sensation in the left hip. If not, you can lift your right foot off the ground, thread your left hand in between your legs, and wrap both hands around the back of the right hamstrings. Keep moving the left knee away from the body and gradually draw the right knee in. Allowing your breath to be slow and steady. Okay, let's release. Place the right foot down onto the ground, left foot down beside it. Once again, we'll extend the arms down alongside the body so the fingertips reach towards the heels. Feet are about hip distance apart. Take a nice deep breath in, and then on the exhale, lift the head once again. Keeping the legs parallel, keeping the breath steady. Maybe lifting a little bit higher on this one, if it's available to you. Pressing the hips up towards the ceiling, drawing the shoulders together on the back. Breathing in and breathing out. And then on an exhale, let's release back down. We'll draw the knees in towards the chest, bringing the hands just behind the knees. We'll start to rock forwards and backwards along the length of the spine. If for any reason that's uncomfortable for you, you can always roll over to your side. We're going to meet in a seated position. So taking a few rocks and rolls. And then coming all the way up when you're ready. Find an easy seat with legs crossed. Or if that's uncomfortable, you can extend your legs out in whatever shape you prefer. Take a moment to warm up through the neck and shoulders, dropping the chin down towards the chest, and then slowly rolling the chin over towards one shoulder. Go all the way back down through center and over to the other side. Taking it nice and slow. Bring the head back to stillness. As we inhale, let's lift the shoulders up towards the ears. As we exhale, we'll squeeze and draw the shoulders together down the back. Inhaling to lift and exhaling to squeeze and lower. Once again, taking your time and paying attention to the sensation that comes with the movement. And see if you can focus on matching your movement with your breath. Let's change direction, still inhaling to lift. Then exhaling, rolling the shoulders forward, spreading shoulder blades nice and wide. Great, let's come back to stillness. And from here, we'll make our way up into a tabletop shape, coming onto our hands and our knees. Allowing the hands to be about shoulder distance apart and knees to be about hip distance apart. Toes can be flat or they can tuck under. We'll find a neutral spine at first, pressing the floor away and gazing straight down. From here, we'll move through some cat and cow movements. As we inhale, dropping the belly down, drawing shoulders back and looking forward. As we exhale, rounding the spine, spreading the shoulders, and looking back to the knees. Using your breath to flow between the two shapes. Making the movements as big or as small as you want to. And when you're ready, coming all the way back to a neutral spine. We'll grip down through the fingertips. Press down through the outer edges of the palms. And then tuck the toes under and lift up and back for downward facing dog. Feet can be about hip distance apart or a little bit closer. Press the floor away, draw the hips up and back. Knees can be a little bit bent. Working on lengthening the spine and then on lengthening the legs. You can choose if you want to pedal out through your feet, bending knees and bending ankles, bringing some movement into the legs. And then from here, we'll walk the feet towards the front of the mat, coming into a forward fold, taking your time. Landing again with feet about hip distance apart. Let the knees stay bent so that the belly can rest on the thighs. Head hangs heavy, arms hang heavy. We'll pause for a moment here, maybe nodding the head yes or shaking the head no, releasing tension from the neck. And then with an inhale, let's straighten out the legs, we'll straighten out the spine, bringing hands to rest on the shins, going to half back, Ardha Uttanasana. On the exhale, we'll bend the knees and fold again, Uttanasana. As we inhale, we'll bend the knees even deeper, sweep hands out to the sides and up overhead, joining the palms together. And then exhaling, we'll draw hands down to heart center. As we inhale, let's reach up. Exhaling, we'll bend the knees and fold forward. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half back. Exhale, fold, bend the knees. As we inhale, bend the knees even deeper, sweep hands out to the sides, come up to standing. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Again, inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, bending the knees and folding, finding a rhythm. Inhaling, half back. Exhaling, folding. Inhaling, rising all the way up, reaching up. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Let's change it up a little, inhaling, lifting. Exhaling, bending the knees and folding. Inhale for half back. Exhale to fold, plant the hands, we'll step back, downward facing dog. Let's inhale here, bending the knees, looking forward. Exhaling, we'll step or walk to the top of the mat, forward fold. Let's inhale for half back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way up, reach hands up overhead. We'll exhale, hands down to heart center. Again, inhale, lift. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half back. Exhale, full plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Let's inhale here, bending the knees, looking forward. Exhale, make your way to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhaling for half back. Exhaling, folding. Inhaling, lifting all the way up, reaching hands up overhead. Exhale, hands down to heart center. One more time, let's inhale, lift. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Inhaling for half back. Exhaling, folding, planting the hands. We'll step back, downward facing dog. Let's inhale, bending the knees, looking forward. Exhaling, stepping or walking to the top of the mat. Forward fold. We'll inhale for half back. Exhale, fold. And inhale, rise all the way up, reach hands up overhead. Exhale those hands down to heart center and then release them at the sides. Taking a moment to pause in mountain pose. Grounding down through the balls of the feet and the heels. Allowing the toes and the inner arches to be light on the ground. Lifting the shoulders down and back. Finding some energy through the arms and hands by either spreading the fingers wide or drawing them together. Palms can face in towards the body or out towards the front, whichever feels more comfortable for you. As we inhale, let's lengthen the body, lifting up through the crown. And as we exhale, we'll ground down through those contact points of the feet. Taking some time to notice any sensation, to refocus on your breath. We'll start to move once again, inhaling, lifting both hands up overhead. So exhale, bend the knees and fold forward. We'll inhale for half back. Exhale, fold, step back, downward facing dog. As we inhale, let's lift our right foot up behind us. Try to keep the hips level. As we exhale, we'll bend that right knee and step that right foot up in between the hands. Stepping right ankle, pointing forwards. Back heel stays lifted and press back. We'll get lighter on the fingertips. And then inhale, come all the way up, high lunge. Maybe lifting your hands up overhead if that's comfortable for you, or bringing them together in front of your heart. Let's take one more inhale here, lengthen. And then we'll exhale, bring the hands back down to the ground and step forward, forward fold. Let's inhale for half back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, reach hands up overhead. We'll exhale, hands down to heart center. Let's do the other side. Inhaling, lifting. Exhaling, bending the knees and folding. Inhale for half back. Exhale, full plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. On an inhale, lifting the left foot up behind you. On the exhale, bending that left knee and stepping it up in between the hands. Left knee stacks over left ankle, right heel presses back. We'll get lighter on the fingertips and then inhale, coming all the way up. Maybe reaching hands up overhead or drawing them together in front of the heart. Let's take one more inhale here, lengthening the body. And exhale, we'll plant the hands on the ground, step the right foot forward to meet the left, forward fold. Inhale for half back. Exhale, fold forward. And inhale, come all the way up, reach hands up overhead. We'll exhale those hands down to heart center. Let's repeat that. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Inhale for half back. Exhale, full plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step that right foot forward. We'll inhale, coming all the way up. High lunge. Exhale, hands down to the ground, step forward. Inhale for half back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lift all the way up, reach up overhead. Exhaling, hands down to heart center. Other side, inhale, lift. Exhale, bend the knees and fold forward. Inhale for half back. Exhale to full plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. On the inhale, left leg lifts behind us. On the exhale, let's step that left foot through. Inhale, rising all the way up, high lunge. Exhale, plant the hands, step forward, forward fold. Inhaling for half back. Exhaling, folding. Inhaling, we'll rise all the way up. Reach hands up overhead, join the palms. And then exhale, hands down to heart center. Let's change it up slightly. As we inhale, we'll lift. Exhaling, we'll bend the knees and fold. Let's inhale for half back. Exhale to fold, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. On the inhale, our right leg will lift. Exhale, bend the knees, step that right foot through. Let's turn the left toes open to the side, plant the outer edge of the foot. So the left foot is parallel with the back of the mat, get lighter on the fingertips. And as we inhale, we'll sweep that left arm back behind us, right arm forward, coming into warrior two. Right knee is over right ankle, shoulders are over hips, gaze is over the right fingertips. Let's inhale, drop the left hand, reach the right hand high, exalted warrior. Exhale, back to warrior two. Inhale, exalted warrior. Exhale, warrior two. And again, inhale, exalted warrior. Really lengthen the right side of the body as you continue to lunge. As we exhale, let's windmill the hands down to the ground. We'll turn those left toes forward and step to the front of the mat. Forward fold. Inhaling for half back. Exhaling, folding. Inhale, coming all the way up. Reaching hands up overhead. Exhaling, hands down to heart center. Let's do the other side. Inhaling, lifting. Exhaling, bending the knees and folding. Inhale for half back. Exhale to fold, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. As we inhale, left leg lifts up. Exhale, step that left foot through. Let's turn the right toes open to the side. Left knee stacks over left ankle. Outer edge of the right foot is planted. Getting lighter on the fingertips, we'll inhale, sweeping the right arm back, left arm forward. Shoulders down over hips. Knee lunges over left ankle. And gaze over top of the left fingertips. As we inhale, drop the right hand. Turn the left palm up and lift those fingertips high. Exalted warrior. Exhale for warrior two. Lunge into that left knee. Inhale, exalted warrior. Exhale, warrior two. And last one, inhale, exalted warrior. As we exhale, we'll windmill the hands down to the ground. Turn the right toes forward and step them up to the top of the mat. We'll inhale for half back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way up. Reach hands up overhead. Let's exhale them down to heart center. Inhaling, lifting. Exhaling, bending the knees, will fold forward. Inhale for half back. Exhale to full, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. As we inhale, the right leg lifts up. As we exhale, let's step that right foot through. This time we're going to turn the left toes open to the side, but only on a 45-degree angle. And plant the left heel down behind the right heel. Setting up for our warrior one. Right knee stacks over right ankle. Getting lighter on the fingertips. We'll inhale, coming all the way up, extending arms up overhead. So the left foot is planted on a 45-degree angle. Right toes point forwards. As we inhale, we'll reach up. And then exhale, release the hands down to the ground. Step that left foot forward to meet the right. We'll inhale for half back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Do the other side. Inhaling, lifting. Exhaling, bending the knees and folding. Inhale for half back. Exhale to full, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting the left foot up behind us. As we exhale, we'll step that left foot forward, planting the right heel down, toes point towards the top right corner of the mat. Get lighter on the fingertips and inhale, coming all the way up, warrior one. Arms extend up overhead. Inhale, reaching up. And then exhale, drop the hands down, step the right foot forward. Uttanasana. Inhaling for half back, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhaling, folding. Inhaling, we'll rise all the way up, reach up. And exhaling, we'll draw hands down, heart center. Good, again, we'll inhale, lifting up. Lengthening the whole spine. Exhale, bend the knees, fold forward. Inhale for half back. Exhale, fold. Step all the way back, downward facing dog. As we inhale, let's lift the right foot up behind us. As we exhale, we'll bend the right knee, step the right foot through. From here, we're going to drop the left knee down, untuck the left toes. Bring the left hand just inside the left foot, and inhale, open up to the side, reach the right hand high. We'll pause here. As we inhale, focus on stacking the shoulders. As we exhale, lower the hips down and forward. Good, one more inhale. Exhale, we'll return our hands back to the mat, tuck the left toes under and step forward, forward fold. Inhale for half back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, reach hands up overhead. Exhale those hands down to heart center. Other side, let's inhale, lift. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Inhale for half back. Exhale to fold, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. As we inhale, left legs behind us. As we exhale, step that left foot through. Let's drop the right knee down, untuck the right toes, setting up for a low lunge. Bring the right hand just inside the left foot, and then on an inhale, open the body towards the left, lift the left hand out behind you. Take a nice deep breath in, reach. And then exhale, return that left hand down, tuck the right toes under, step forward, forward fold. Inhale for half back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way up, reach hands up overhead. Exhaling, hands down to heart center. Let's pause for a moment. Releasing arms at the sides, spine. Taking stock. Feeling the breath. Feeling the beating of the heart. Feeling the ground beneath the feet. Take one or two more slow breaths, lengthening up as we inhale and grounding down as we exhale. And then we'll flow again. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Inhale, half back. Exhaling, folding, planting the hands. We'll step back, downward facing dog. From here, as we inhale, let's lift the right foot up behind us. As we exhale, let's bend the right knee, bring it towards the right elbow, but don't put it down. Let's exhale, lift all the way back and up. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, draw that right knee towards left elbow. Inhale, lift all the way back and up. Exhale, draw that right knee towards the nose. Inhale, back and up. And then exhale, step that right foot up in between the hands. Let's lower that left knee down, untuck the left toes, and move into a lizard here. So we're going to take the right hand just inside that right foot. We're going to move the right foot a little bit wider. Point the toes open towards the top right corner of the mat and allow that right knee to open out to the side. Taking one or two slow deep breaths in, pressing down through the left foot, lengthening the spine. And we'll turn those right toes forward, walk them back to the middle of the mat. Plant the right hand down, tuck the left toes under, lift the left knee. On an exhale, we'll step back to the top of the mat, forward fold. Let's inhale for half back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Reach hands up overhead. Exhale those hands down to heart center. Do the other side, inhaling, lifting. Exhaling, bending the knees and folding. Inhale for half back. Exhale to full plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. As we inhale, left leg lifts behind us. As we exhale, let's draw that left knee to left elbow. Inhale, draw it up and back. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Inhale, draw it up and back. Exhale, left knee to nose. Inhale, up and back. And exhale, step that left foot up in between the hands. We'll drop the right knee down, untuck the right toes. Let's take the left hand just inside of the left foot and we'll walk that left foot a bit wider towards the outer edge of the mat. Toes point open on a 45-degree angle. Then we'll allow the knee to open out to the side. Allow yourself to breathe slow and steady. We'll bring the knee back in closer. Heel toe the foot in towards the middle of the mat as you step your left hand wide. We'll tuck the right toes under. Inhale, lift that right knee. Exhale, step to the top of the mat, forward fold. Let's inhale for half back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, we'll rise all the way up. Reach hands up overhead. And exhale, hands down to heart center. Good, let's inhale, lift. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Inhale for half back. Exhale, full plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. From here, let's inhale, lifting the right foot up behind us. As we exhale, we'll bend that right knee, bring it towards the right wrist, and then bring the toes towards the left wrist. We're setting up for pigeon here. We'll drop the left knee down and untuck the left toes. We want to find a comfortable amount of stretch through the outer right hip. And we want to try to keep the right ankle flexed. So you can choose to, if you need to, support your right hip with a block or a bolster. You can even roll all the way over onto the right hip and draw the left knee further forward if that's more comfortable for you. If you are comfortable with the left leg extended, press down through the tops of the left feet. Allow your hips to be equally heavy on the ground. You can either stay upright or you can come down onto your elbows or even further. Breathing in that outer right hip. Allowing the breath flow smooth and steady. Allowing yourself to gradually get a bit heavier. And then from here, we'll start to walk the hands back up towards the body. And we'll meet up in downward facing dog. So if you rolled over onto your hip, taking your time to get back up there. Otherwise, you can tuck your left toes under. Inhale, lift the left knee and step all the way back. From here, on the inhale, let's lift the left foot up behind us. And as we exhale, we'll bring that left knee towards the left wrist. Bring the left toes towards the right wrist. Lower that leg down. Slide back on the right leg, lower the right knee down and untuck the toes. Again, option here to roll over onto the left hip, draw the right knee forward if that feels better for you. Otherwise, keeping the left ankle flexed, keeping the spine long and tall. And trying to find equal weight through both hips. You can choose to stay more upright, or if you'd like, you can come down onto your elbows or even further. You can use a support if you'd like to use a block or a bolster under your elbows. And we'll give ourselves a few moments here to settle in, pressing down and back through the right toes if that right leg is extended. Breathing the full length of the spine. Slow, steady inhale. Slow, steady exhale. When you're ready, we'll start to make our way back to downward facing dog. Planting the hands, tucking those right toes under, lifting the right knee, and then stepping all the way back, taking a moment to pedal out through the feet. Bending knees, bending ankles. And as we inhale, bend the knees looking forward. As we exhale, we'll step or walk to the top of the mat, forward fold. Let's inhale for half back, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold forward. And inhale, rise all the way up, reach hands up overhead. We'll exhale those hands down to heart center. Once again, we'll inhale, lifting. Exhale, bend the knees, fold forward. Let's inhale for half back. Exhale to fold, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Take a moment to notice maybe any differences between this downward facing dog and the first one of the class. Take the opportunity to ground down through the fingertips. Press the body away from the mat, lift the hips up and back. Breathe slow and steady. And then on an inhale, let's bend the knees looking forward. On the exhale, we'll step or hop to the top of the mat, forward fold. Let's inhale for half back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way up, reach hands up overhead. Let's exhale, hands down to heart center. Last one, let's inhale, lift up. Exhale, bend the knees, fold forward. Inhale for half back. Exhale to fold. As we inhale, let's bend the knees looking forward. As we exhale, we'll step or walk to the top of the mat, feet outside edges of the mat. So step outside your hands. Toes point open to the sides, lower the hips down, coming into low squat Malasana. Elbows come to the insides of the knees, hands press together. Elbows press the knees wide. If you need any kind of support, you can rest a rolled mat under the backs of your heels. You can place a block or a bolster under your hips. We'll pause here for a couple of breaths, letting the knees open, letting the hips sink down and back, letting the crown of the head lift high. And then when you're ready, release the hips down. Draw knees in towards the chest. We'll roll all the way onto the back. And take some time to rock gently from side to side. Once again, moving mindfully, really noticing how the body feels as your weight shifts side to side. Noticing any sensation through the back, through the hips, through the shoulders. And from here, we'll release the arms into a T or a cactus shape and allow the knees to come all the way over to the left side of the mat. You can stack the knees, or if you'd like a little bit of a deeper twist, you can have the left leg straight and just the right knee over to the left. You can gaze over towards the right fingertips. And you can also choose to use some support if you want to. You can place a block or a bolster either below or between your knees, depending on the shape you've chosen. As we inhale, let's focus on the expansion of the rib cage and maybe there's a sensation of pull, a sensation of lifting that right knee out of the twist. Let that happen if it does. And then use your exhale to release, maybe go a little bit lower. Allowing your upper body to relax as much as possible, letting both shoulders be heavy on the ground. Let's release. We'll come all the way back up to center, drawing both knees in towards the chest, rocking gently from side to side. And let's release the arms out into T or cactus. And we'll allow the knees to come over towards the right side this time. Maybe stacking left knee over right knee, or maybe choosing to extend that right leg out and bring just the left knee over. It's up to you what you prefer. You might choose to look over towards your left fingertips, bringing the twist up into your neck. And once again, we'll focus on the breath here, feeling the body expanding as you breathe in and softening as you breathe out. Gradually allowing the left knee or both knees to float closer to the ground. And let's release. We'll come all the way back to center, drawing both knees in towards the chest. Rocking gently from side to side. From here, we'll make our way into our final resting pose for the class. So a few options. If you have any tenderness in your low back, you might choose to place your feet down on the ground about mat distance apart, and then allow your knees to rest against each other. Internal rotation of the hips takes a little bit of pressure out of the low back. If the low back is not an issue for you and you'd like to take a traditional Shavasana, make your way up to the top of your mat and then extend your feet down towards the lower corners. Allow the toes to rock open to the sides. Let your arms rest at your sides. Draw the shoulders down the back and tuck the chin in. If you would prefer to finish off in a seated meditation, you can do that as well. Either rolling over to your side and coming up, or rocking and rolling along the length of the spine, and then choosing a seated position. If there's another shape that I haven't mentioned that you would prefer, you're welcome to that as well. Choosing whichever option works best for you. Whatever allows you to feel the most comfortable and most supported. Once you've chosen the shape that you'll rest in, taking some time to close your eyes and turn inwards. Starting first by noticing all the support beneath your body. Allowing yourself to settle into those supports. Allowing yourself to get a bit heavier. Releasing some effort from the muscles. Allowing yourself to soften. If you have been focusing on deepening the breath, even letting that go. As much as possible, releasing all effort from the body, allowing yourself the time to truly rest and to just be. Let's start to deepen the breath once again, drawing the next inhale all the way down the length of the spine, allowing the body to really expand. And maybe sighing it out, starting to invite some movement back into the body by gently wiggling fingers, wiggling toe, perhaps circling wrists and ankles, turning the head from side to side. Coming all the way back to stillness. If you are laying down, taking a moment to draw your knees into your chest, roll over onto whichever side of the body you prefer, and then slowly come up to a seated position. If you have been seated and you'd like to adjust, you can do that as well. Meet up in a seated position, grounding equally through both sides of the body, lengthening the spine, softening shoulders down, and drawing hands together in front of the heart, feeling the outer edges of the palms and tips of the fingers. I'd like to thank you for joining me and allowing me to guide you through this practice. From my light to yours, namaste.